Good evening, everyone, and thank you if you're joining us for tonight's guided shamanic journey. Thanks for stopping in. We'll be working with Dragonfly medicine this evening as a continuation from our gentle yoga practice earlier this evening. So, for your shamanic journey, if you'd like to have mat space to rest on or some other little comfortable nook, traditionally, shamanic journey was done lying down or in a restorative or reclined kind of position. If you'd rather stay seated upright in a chair, you're more than welcome, or in a meditative posture, please feel free. But you just want to make sure that you're able to be comfortable wherever you're choosing to rest. And yeah, if you need a blanket or cushion, grab what you need to create that space. So before we get into the drumming and journey work, just some background on Dragonfly if you weren't in the earlier class. Dragonfly is a totem, a symbol, a metaphor that can come to us in our lives when we need it to help us with transformation, change, evolution, especially when going through struggle and learning how to soften to ourselves and the rest of the world through and from that struggle, to then bring about ultimate joy and hope, restoration of joy and hope. Dragonfly is wonderful for escorting in curiosity in place of fear. It's wonderful for restoring sparkle to our lives. Our adult sight will get dulled with monotony and having to do the same old every day, the responsibilities that get cumbersome. So Dragonfly can help lighten that load and bring adventure and sparkle and passion back to all of that. New eyes, new sight, new perception. Dragonfly also helping us with deep layers of emotional healing, both our own as well as generational, ancestral healing, even human family, human consciousness healing. So what a great and wonderful teacher and symbol to have in our lives right now at this time. So, all right, we'll get started. I will stop talking. Taking a breath when you're ready to settle in, just a couple cleansing, grounding, big old belly breaths. Inhaling into that low belly space, letting it rise up to fill lungs and chest. Exhaling completely. And through the growing waves of breath, lengthening both the inhalation and the exhalation, begin to feel pulsing heartbeat of Mother Earth from below us. As you acclimate and attune to that vibration, that energy, heartbeat energy. That energy growing in yourself, body beautifully relaxed and heavy. Feel the presence of guides and guardians, ancestors or loved ones building around you. Whatever you believe in, your light beings, your angels or guides, their presence forming around you, almost like the buzz of that dragonfly's wings. As their energy grows, that buzz, that vibration intensifies, and you feel all of the cells of your body coming to life, lightening, shining with that energy of love from Spirit, Mother Earth, and how she holds you, where you're connecting with her from below, feeling her surface buzzing with light. And in the brightness playfulness of this light, your mind begins to go into dream space and dream time where we imagine and daydream. Dragonfly, the vehicle, the teacher, the usher for dream time and journey work as well. And you feel yourself recalling the last instance where you were very much mesmerized by a dragonfly. And maybe if you can't recall an instance, you imagine one. You dream one up right now. So I know I can think of the day when Dragonfly came buzzing across my path when I was walking in a wooded area, and it eventually steered me toward a body of water. But right now, just let Dragonfly, as it comes across your path in some way, start to steer you to where it wants to talk with you. It's leading you to a space for healing this evening. So just notice where you go. If you travel over earth or spirit plane, fully protected, fully guided. But Dragonfly would like to talk with you about how it can help your transformation at this time. Eventually notice where Dragonfly has led you. See what your surroundings are. And when Dragonfly decides to chat with you, do either one of you change in size? Do you become Dragonfly size? Does it become your size, or does it just continue to buzz around or land on you to whisper in your ear, teaching you deep listening? And connecting with its spirit this evening, its voice. Ask that question mentally. How have you come to help me with change and transformation at this time? Me personally, starting on this microcosm level of self. How, Dragonfly, have you come to aid and assist me during these times? Dragonfly symbolizes playfulness and innocence, symbolizes this emotional healing part. Symbolizes spiritual evolution, shift and change in perspective, a shining to all that is in our life, becoming brighter and more exciting. So as you converse with Dragonfly, how is it here to aid and assist you right now? Let it tell you or show you some different images or thoughts and how it can be assisting us. Asking it, what is ready to fall away from me, my thoughts, my emotions right now? What is ready to fall away that I have been unknowingly carrying around or burdening myself with, dulling my own light? And Dragonfly will show you what that is. When Dragonfly goes through its metamorphosis, called incomplete metamorphosis, as it exists as a water nymph and grows in size, one day it will pull itself to the edge bank of water or onto a leaf or a blade of grass. It will pull itself there with its legs, and it'll start to push its back up through the nymph, kind of like exoskeleton layer, the shell that it's going to emerge from. And as it's aiding and assisting you in helping to unburden yourself from what's not serving you any longer, even if it's generational and ancestral stuff, I want you to feel that you are going through that process of metamorphosis, where you feel yourself pushing with all your strength through your extremities down onto the bank, and you feel your back breaking through a shell, an exterior, and from that space, wings that are wet starting to come out of that back space, and you start to pull yourself out of that old shell that no longer fits you, and you start to feel your wings hit the air and the light and the warmth as this new being that has the ability to fly and travel between the dimensions of air and water, different dimensions of thought, intuition, dream time, self. But let yourself feel that emergence, and whatever the heavy burdened items were, feel them being left behind as you pull your way up and out. And Dragonfly is here to help coach you and teach you through this metamorphosis. And you feel, again, that amazing feeling of wings broadening, expanding, hitting warm light reflecting off the iridescent and colored wings. The whole body becoming warmer and drier, and a lightness as that old, wet version of the self and former stiff, rigid version of the self stays behind. You even have new eyes that can see in multi-facets. And you feel yourself fly with Dragonfly now. You just feel, as those wings dry off, you feel yourself going with that Dragonfly guide. And what does Dragonfly want to show you about the world that you're in? So let it take you on a little journey. Maybe it takes you to see the healing of spaces of the earth, or kindness between people. Maybe it helps you to create a new dream of reality as you go to a high space and look down at the earth together, creating a new vision, a new dream of reality. And as you're dreaming the new reality, imagine that all of us together doing this journey this evening are doing the same thing. We're all going with our Dragonfly teachers and totems up to a high place in the sky where we're looking down on the earth and the collective. And we buzz our wings and vibrate and shine light back together, shining it down on the human family, down on Mama Earth. And we all beam our new dream together, feeling that happening. And where there is anger and where there is hatred, both in ourselves, or toward one another, both knowingly and unknowingly, can you feel a softening, a sense of compassion as we all carry one another upward through the struggle and soften together? Instead of judge, instead of forming opinion, instead of getting pulled to one extreme or the other, can we soften together and continue to share our vibration, those buzzing wings, and casting the light down on the earth together? And can you continue to also shed light and new awakening on present generations, but also generations that are younger and those that are coming up? And maybe we can have this inner child awakening all together, where we view one another and situations and circumstances not as fearful with uncertainty and not knowing, but could we view them with curious, beautiful, wide open minds, eyes, and hearts? Could we be curious? Could we seek adventure together, softening together? Could we go on this adventure with one another, with joy in our hearts? Feeling that for the younger generations, coming out of our old former cycles of fear and projected emotion, feel the younger generations freed from that, with wide open minds, eyes, and hearts, curious about all of it, open. Feel this change taking place. And with your multifaceted dragonfly eyes, you're still able to look back at the past with deep gratitude in your heart for the struggle from whence you came. So feeling yourself shining back gratitude and appreciation for the journey, for all of our journey, for the collective journey, no matter how heartbreaking, how awful, how horrible certain moments have been. Can we shine back gratitude and continue to allow ourselves to soften together in this beautiful space of dream time? As we soften through gratitude, feel deep layers of emotional fear, pain, struggle, also healing. And as the future generations shine the light of their eyes and hearts and minds forward, feeling the old pain healing and lifting, feeling your wings vibrating light in all directions, taking just a few more collective breaths and visions together. The web of interconnectedness, as we're transforming these layers with one another and for ourselves, feel a mutual call of gratitude and love between each of us. Feel a mutual call of gratitude between our ancestors and our offspring. And then feel Mama Earth calling us back home to her arms to continue our journey on her plane together. So feel yourself now taking a deep breath, drawing your energy in and connecting back to your original dragonfly guide who took you up to this vantage point. And begin to follow that dragonfly through all the winding path that it took you on back home to the space of your body. Rapidly traveling through time and space and landscape back home to the space of your body. Eventually allow yourself to deepen your breath, swallowing. Feeling, again, the body resting on the earth, supported by earth. And as you bring your awareness back to your space and the body where it rests, mentally thanking our guides who assisted us and protected us this evening, but staying still connected to our Dragonfly teacher and guide, for it will find you in the next days to come, next days or weeks. Out in nature, it will cross your path, and it will ask you to follow it, to connect with it, to deeply listen to what advice it might have for you, and how to rekindle your love with your own life, to brighten up wherever it's been dull or heavy, and to restore joy and hope as it helps you soften to yourself and the rest of this world during this time. So let that dragonfly come to you and be your teacher, and let nature continue to guide you through your healing process. So then, taking a deep breath, if you've been resting on the earth, stretch like you're waking up in the morning. Wiggle your toes or fingers. But eventually, in your own timing, work your way up to a comfortable seat. As you find your way to a comfortable seat, bring your hands to prayer position. Close the eyes. Bring a gentle smile to the lips. And I thank you so very much for exploring with us this evening. May you continue to be blessed with the miracle and the beauty of nature as a teacher. Thank you so very much. Have a beautiful evening, and namaste.